Hello, everybody. Welcome to the BEA Entertainment News Podcast. My name is MC Camille B, and I am here today with
Jaci Guidry
and Gabriella Villavicencio.
And we got a fun podcast for y'all today. So it's not so heavily focused on news today, as well as just some fun media entertainment questions that I would love to pose to my lovely viewers and to you two. So we're going to be talking about sidekicks. We're going to be talking about music. We're going to be talking about fantasy worlds, franchises, sequels, some famous TV shows, and which one is the best, Halloween characters, and then finally wrapping up with always our local news. So I wanted to start off with a very, very interesting scenario, and I wanted to get y'all's take on it. So you are destined to be a sidekick. You were born as a sidekick. You get to choose which protagonist you are assigned to. It can be any world, anything, no matter what. Go for it.
I'm going to start with Legally Blonde, Elle Woods.
Iconic. Great.
Hands down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm biased to the musical because theater, but the movie as well. Any one of the Serena sorority sisters, any of them, I think it would just be a great time.
Oh, yes. Would you still wear pink, or would you have your own color scheme?
I mean, of course, I'd have my own flair.
Okay,
but
I get you.
Because Elle's thing is pink, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you know, not like anyone owns colors, but I'd probably be the, either the dumb one, just because she's
Oh,
fun.
I get you.
You know, she's dumb, but she's smart.
Yeah.
Or the cheerleader. She, like, rallies everyone together.
Oh, I totally see that.
You know, metaphorically, but also really.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be, like, my dream world to exist in. Just full on.
I love that.
Empowerment.
I say
Change.
heck yes. I mean, would you be the lawyer or the paralegal with her?
Paralegal.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I can offer some insight, but I don't want to take on too much
I
responsibility.
think that's a good
Sidekick.
duo. I would hire you on my case.
Oh, I'm honored. Oh, God
right.
bless.
Gabriella?
For me, honestly, I would have to choose Shrek because
Yes.
that world
Hands
sounds
down.
like so much fun to live in, and there's like almost no judgment amongst like the magical creatures.
Absolutely not.
I would never even have thought of Shrek, and that is the most perfect answer.
It really
you.
is.
Wow, I can't.
That was
How
phenomenal.
do I compete with that answer? Oh wait. So like, would you be a fairy tale creature yourself?
Yes, of course.
Which
Okay,
one?
what do you want to be?
Oh my God, that's like there's so many to choose from.
Tag yourself. I'm the gingerbread.
You're gingerbread. Okay. Do I have to choose one that's already in there, or can I? Like,
I'm gonna tag myself as the fairy godmother solely for the song "I Need a Hero" because I think that's
Oh,
the better.
yes.
I think that covers better than the actual original song,
It
in my
is
personal opinion.
Peak cinema.
Peak poetic cinema.
yes.
What would you be
Honestly,
though?
I would want to be what do they call those things? The deer people.
Centaurs.
Centaurs, yes. I would want to be a centaur.
I think that's perfect.
Oh my God.
I think if I was destined to be a sidekick, I would want to be in like the Star Wars universe, definitely either Renaissance or Star Wars. And if so, definitely going to be sidekicks with Rey. Definitely going to, I don't know, like I just want a lightsaber. I just want to fight.
Don't we all?
Honestly, I just want a cool lightsaber, and I can do cool Jedi tricks and just live in the coolest world possible. Like,
Meow.
I think that'd be so cool. I get to travel to different planets, but I don't have to worry about all the responsibility of like saving the world. I just get
Right.
to like be that supportive person to that.
Ugh.
I already support
You
my
said it.
friends, but like I just get to chill as a protagonist, chill with the protagonist and
No.
just be there.
You're so right. Hot take. I think that sidekicks, personally, in my experience, sidekicks are the better gig.
Honestly,
Definitely.
true.
Less
Everyone-
pressure.
Oh,
Less
yeah.
pressure.
Everyone's like, I want to save the day. Why?
The only thing that comes with that of being psychic is just you are like 90% more likely to be killed.
True.
To be revenge killed. You know what I mean? Like
Right?
to be like the cause of the protagonist's revenge arc or something.
Right.
So like there's that immediate danger, but like other than that, you're great.
But it depends on the universe, too.
I think the best sidekick has got to be Ron Stompable.
Oh.
Stompable? Ron Stoppable. I think it's got to be the best
Dynamic
sidekick.
duo if I've ever heard one.
I think Rufus is a little bit a tier above
Oh.
Ron, honestly.
Ooh. Hot take, I like it.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
I see it.
Ugh.
Sidekick wise, like mean Samwise? in
Okay,
Frodo?
but Sky High.
Oh, concept. That is a good segue for that. I'm just saying, like, yeah. Sky High, like the heroes versus the sidekicks.
Never underestimate, because what makes you a sidekick isn't that you're lesser than the hero. It's just your skill set is complementary to other things, whereas a hero is more all-encompassing. Yeah. There's no weakness in being a sidekick. It's just you got to find your match.
OP, where's the essay? OP, where's the essay?
Thesis.
Honestly, could you?
I mean, because I don't know, maybe it's too deep to think about, but I think a lot of the time you can feel like a sidekick in real life, especially as a university student.
I feel that.
Too deep for me.
I mean, depending on your personality and your assets, I know that more people are better suited for leadership roles than others, but I don't think that being a sidekick means that you aren't a leader. It just means that you aren't in the spotlight.
I feel like you can be a sidekick in different scenarios and a protagonist in different other scenarios.
Right.
Like, there's some situations where I know that my skill set does not match, so I just have to be like a supporter. And, like, you know, we can't.
It takes all kinds.
Like, knowing that being on a team of orientation leaders, which was super stressful, and everybody's trying to be a leader at the same time, you need to know when to step back. So it's definitely an important quality to know when to be a sidekick and when to be a hero.
I love how we went from a question to like a dissertation to like a fantasy scenario to a TED Talk where we're all giving out like beautiful like messages of hope. Gosh, okay, we're bringing it home. On to the next topic. What's like your guilty pleasure like music era to listen to, or like what's your what do you think is like the best era of music?
2008 Mayday Parade. A lesson in romantics.
Oh my goodness, yes. I love
Panic
that.
at the Disco. All the cringy emo, teen, pop punk.
I'm just saying, whatever era Black Eyed Peas was in.
Oh my God.
Early 2000s for sure.
I think that's a great era, and I think I
Remember
sort of
the
want to go
bops.
back.
Yeah, remember the bops, man.
I don't know. A lot of songs are just a lot of love songs right now, and I feel like Black Eyed Peas, they just didn't. They said, we're here to party,
Right.
and that's it. We're coming in, we're partying, we're going out. That's it.
The early 2000s was a time for everyone.
That is true. That is true. What about you?
Big band. I am a sucker for big band music.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Swing music?
Yes, I would
Oh, yeah.
love
Yes.
to go back and do swing dancing.
The Great American Songbook is where it's at.
Oh, God bless. I think, like, I just miss when there was a lot of harmonies in songs. So, like doo-wop girls or
I love that.
just having, like, a beautiful, like, 3-part harmony going on, or what's the, like, songs that are just, like, the Matilda soundtrack. Like, I feel like that is, like, the epitome of happiness music. You know?
I feel that.
That's...
Are you a fan of a cappella groups now, like Pentatonics, Voctave, that kind of thing?
I used to be a long time ago, and I used to watch them like it was nobody's business. Not so much of now, but I do enjoy like listening to like harmonies a lot.
Yeah.
But then again, I would always be down to listen to like any sort of medley someone made.
Oh, I like medleys.
You should go Christmas caroling. 'Cause that's really fun
I've
to listen
actually
to.
never Christmas carol.
It's so wholesome. It really is. It brings so much joy. I don't know. I'm a music major. Hi, everyone.
I was like,
this is,
maybe Jaci would like this.
This is right in my sweet spot. But the harmonies just build music in a way that I think a lot of music, I don't know, there's value in all sorts of creation, but harmonies, you know, scientifically as music, they are meant to make you feel a certain way. With the way that they're written. So with Christmas music, there's a thing called the Christmas chord, which makes it sound Christmassy. And the way that your brain connects the sound of the harmony to the feeling is really strong. And
I'm shook.
yeah, so music theory, everyone. But
I'm shook. That's so wild.
yeah, so that's why some songs you hear it and you're like, oh, that sounds like Christmas, even if it's not a Christmas song. It's
Mariah
because
Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You.
It's that ding sound, isn't it? Like,
the
if
ding,
there's a
the
specific
bells.
ding, yeah.
yeah.
What's like a song? Have you ever noticed like a song that isn't Christmassy that has those chords, or like a song that isn't a part of like a genre but has those chords so it didn't work or whatnot?
There are sometimes.
I know I'm putting you on the spot.
No, I can't think of a specific example right now, but a lot of times you'll hear, you know, pop music that isn't popular. You know, like not like it's not popular, but it's not playing on the radio. It's just pop singers like their Vivo and things like that. Sometimes it's something to do with something's missing or it's too similar to something else. So
Okay.
like that's where those songs would fill in. Like maybe like a Colby Calais album, like good music that you enjoy, but for something's off about it, you know?
I get you.
Or it sounds too much like something else.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Not like not dissing her.
No,
We
no,
love
no, I
that.
understand.
Bubbly is where it's at.
God bless.
One of those throwback songs that
Oh,
I'm
isn't
sure we
Brighter
all
Than the
love.
Sun also her? Oh, we could be a star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like that made me think of Pocket Full of Sunshine.
Oh.
Not like it's Christmassy, but it's one of those things where it just sounds.
Yeah, it sounds like a feeling. That's so cool.
It sounds like a feeling.
Music
yeah.
theory's always been interesting to me. But on to our next topic. I wanted to do a battle royale. Which fantasy world would you want to live in, aka which fantasy world do you think is the best? I got about a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 coming on. And like it's easy. We'll put them in like a bracket of some sort, but like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Star Wars, Once Upon a Time, and Hunger Games. So, I wanted to have a discussion. Which fantasy world do y'all think is the best? I think we should go.
Well, question, what's Once Upon a Time? That's Disney, right?
Once Upon a Time is sort of like, think about like the whole of Disney universe all together. I didn't want to say like Disney because I know that everybody has like that Pixar theory where everything's connected. But like Once Upon a Time is the only thing that I could think of that was more like it was just like everything was put into one little tiny package. But other than that, that's sort of like Fantasyland, Disney characters.
Okay, and so I think I'm gonna go bottom up.
Okay,
So for me,
rank it.
Wait, what's H?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Okay.
That may be easy to place on the list.
I'm gonna put that at the bottom because I would not want to live in Hunger Games as much as I liked watching and reading it. But Hunger Games at the bottom. Star Wars because that's dangerous, very dangerous.
It is a war for a reason.
Yeah. Then Once Upon a Time because I don't know that much about it, but it seems like it could be cool. Then Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Percy Jackson because I'm all about my fantasy.
Nice. I like that. What about you, Jaci? You can use the list.
So prefacing with, I have not seen most of these
That's okay.
franchises.
You can rearrange them all you want.
Yeah, I've only seen Hunger Games and no Once Upon a Time. But based on, common knowledge, I'm not, living in a rock. In a rock? Under a rock?
You're good.
I think anything that people want to recreate from their fantasy is worth exploring. So I feel like Harry Potter is up there. I'm going to pick a top 3.
Pick a top
So,
3. Do this how you want.
We'll do a Harry Potter is up there because people want to recreate it, visit it, all those kinds of things. So it must be,
Oh, yeah.
magical. What's this one?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay. Pass. All respect. Not sure it's the universe I want to live in.
I understand.
I'd put Once Upon a Time up there just because, fairy tales.
I get you.
There's some grim reality. No pun intended. I'll let you laugh at that one.
I got your joke.
But
I got your literary
I'm
joke.
so glad you did.
Someone else will get it.
So top 3, I'd say in no particular order, Harry Potter, Once Upon a Time, and I say Hunger Games, but here's why. Not because I think that we should actually live in the Hunger Games.
I was going to say Hunger Games was like my
Gotta
gimme
know.
for everybody to just
know.
put at the bottom.
She's living in the capital.
I mean, not.
Jaci.
No, I think there is some value in organizing society in a way that benefits everyone. That's not what Hunger Games is. I think there's some value in recognizing strengths in, agriculturally,
Okay.
like the dynamics of the. Yeah, it makes sense that this is where these things would be produced. Do I agree with the fact that everyone should be forced to follow those things? Absolutely not.
Okay.
But I think Hunger Games. Also, you have to think Hunger Games was a whole revolution, rebellion, and I think that aspect is very valuable. Not the fact that we should control people and tell them what to do with their lives, because that's not okay. Individualism is a thing that we should do.
Jaci, that was unexpected. But I love the unexpected. I love having different opinions. All right. Literally, I put Hunger Games as like a gimme for everyone to put on the bottom. But like, I'm happy that you took a stance and you defended it.
Well, think of the uprising. Think of the way the people united to change the way that things were going.
That's true.
Think
it was good at the end. Like, it was a good society at the end.
Again, I'm not saying Hunger Games won. I'm saying like
I got you.
Second,
it was
third book.
Yeah.
But I mean, people died still, like for the uprising.
I mean,
So-
this is sad, but I
mean-
think every one of these universes, a lot
Yeah.
of people die, which is sort of.
I think some things are inevitable. I mean, not to make it deep, but when you relate it back to our current socio-political state, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, fantasy worlds are reflective of the world that we live in. I mean, it doesn't just come from nowhere.
Yeah.
If I was going to rank them, I mean, Hunger Games is at the bottom for me. I'm sorry.
No, just respect.
Then I'm going to put... God, this is hard because this is like... I grew up with Percy Jackson and Harry Potter and Once Upon a Time. I was never super, super into Lord of the Rings, but I do love the universe that that Tolkien made. So I'm going to... Just because I don't know it as much, I'm going to put Lord of the Rings next. And then... shoot. I'm gonna do Harry Potter, and here's why. Because I feel like in the Harry Potter fantasy world, not a lot of people use logic.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people.
I'd fit right in.
What a self.
Sounds like my kind of world.
I was like, well, they don't use math at all.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, true. But yeah, the Harry Potter world, I'm not sure if I'd want to, because I think it's so easy to abuse that power.
Oh, absolutely.
So easy to abuse that power.
100%.
So
Segue Hunger Games.
Segue Hunger Games. So Hunger Games at the bottom, then Lord of the Rings, then Harry Potter, then Once Upon a Time, then it's between Percy Jackson and Star Wars, because Percy Jackson, I've always loved the concept of like Greek gods and whatnot, and like how they interact. Like Greek mythology is like my number one thing, but also like I just went to the Star Wars Galaxy Edge universe thing in Disney, and that was the coolest thing in this entire world. I'm gonna say Star Wars, then Percy Jackson, because I think Percy Jackson is a good segue into a fantasy world, because Star Wars may be like I am overboard because it's like so different. So that's my list. But on to Percy Jackson. This was whenever I was writing this topic, this is sort of the answer that I had in mind to the next question. But which franchise needs a reboot or a sequel?
Oh, bringing it home, Shrek. I can never get enough Shrek.
What a callback. I love it.
This podcast is going full circle.
Full circle.
Full circle.
We are going to have a complete circle.
I mean, there's how many Shrek movies? Not enough?
4. No.
There's a Shrek musical.
Oh my gosh. Wait, y'all, the Shrek musical is really good. Like,
I
have
know.
to, like, if you haven't cried at 3 a.m. to the Shrek musical, are you even living?
You don't have a heart.
You
You haven't seen the Shrek musical.
You haven't seen the Shrek musical. Like,
I know. The Shrek musical is really what got me into theater. It was my first, like...
No way.
It was the first musical I ever watched.
I think that's iconic. I love that.
And I mean, I just think... we'd have to have a whole other podcast on musical movie versions.
I think that would be a great podcast to have, because I think that, like, we don't talk about musicals a lot on the entertainment podcast, and because... I don't know, like, it's hard to, like, because it's usually around, like, Tony area. Like, you would have to go to the Tonys or, like, what's upcoming.
Some of the best musicals don't win awards.
That is true. Some musicals get robbed.
Anyway. Okay. Franchise Shrek matters. Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
I want to see Percy Jackson as a TV series. I think it would
that'd be interesting.
I think it would be more executed better. Wow. I can't English. I think it would be executed better as a TV series rather than the movie.
Character building.
Character building.
What about you?
For me, there's this movie Nightcrawler I really like. Ooh. Have you seen it?
I think I know what you're talking about. It's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes.
I love him.
He's like this news reporter, and he's a sociopath, but you don't realize it. Spoilers. Sorry.
We'll put up some warning sign.
And he slowly shows what's going on in his head, kind of. And it's just a delve into insanity. It's great.
I think I love shows that make you think about life. You know, of course, like Shrek, but like I'm also the one who loves Shrek. But no, shows that you don't realize what's happening, and then you're like, oh no, I should have seen those signs.
Oh, like unreliable narrator.
I mean, we all read 1984. Come on, you know,
Big Brother.
Big Brother.
Rewatching it a second time, you can see everything from the beginning again, like how he actually is.
That's so wild. That's like what we were talking about the Joker movie. The Joker movie has like unreliable things. It was weird. So I think also a movie that needs a sequel is Memento, because it also follows like that you don't know what's going on, because it's a movie where it's like, imagine a movie that has a scene like scene A and scene B back and forth, and it's actually two different like plot lines.
I love that.
So all the scene A's are going in backward sequential order, and all the scene B's are going in like standard sequential order.
Ooh.
And so they interlap, and it's so like it just wrinkles your brain thinking about it. And I would love to see maybe not a sequel to it, but I want to see a movie that's like that makes
More movies like that.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember the Choose Your Own Path books? Kind of like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, more movies like that.
Like Bandersnatch? Oh, sorry.
Another movie like that's 21 Grams. It
Ooh.
follows the story, I think, 4 people, and it's like the same backwards, forwards sequence.
Oh, wow.
I love that. I love that so much. Oh, I would love to see a third movie of Kill Bill.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to see the trilogy of Kill Bill.
But Bill dies.
Maybe it's a different Bill.
Alternate ending.
Alternate ending. Yes, I would love to see that. Maybe like, I don't know, TV show. I'm always thinking of like what movies can be turned into TV shows that like,
Yeah.
or what movies could have done better as TV shows.
I'd rather changing the format rather than adding on to the story sometimes, most times. Because I think that when you do too much, it doesn't leave enough room for
creativity or like new ideas.
Yeah, and also I think it can ruin it, because like you have these really good, you know, and it's like, oh, well, we didn't need that. That was too much, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that changing the format of a story, like a retell, again, like not to talk about musicals all the time, but you aren't replacing or adding to a story. You're just reimagining it in a way.
I like that. I like the way that you
that
put
may connect with people more, you know?
I think I get what you mean, because stories can lose a lot of their meaning, especially when it's like, do you know whenever you watch like an origin story and it's like everything's super, super explained?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I didn't need to know how that came to be or where that came from. I sort of like the mystery of it. So I get what you mean. I'm going to put out there Spy Kids.
Oh, yes.
I would. I want a Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I had to say it.
Absolutely.
That just came into my head. I need it.
I talk about Shark Boy and Lava Girl way too often for someone my age.
You ruined my dream journal.
I mean,
send him to the principal's office immediately.
Biculture was having a crush on both Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Mood.
Iconic.
Hashtag pride. But plug. But yeah, I think that a lot of those Disney Channel original movies that were overlooked, the one with the leprechaun.
Oh my god. Luck of the Irish?
Luck of the Irish.
Oh my gosh. Disney Channel movies were like the bestest thing in the world.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Smart House was my jam.
Oh, I was gonna say Smart House was one of the scariest movies for me as a kid.
Really? Oh, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it's a house that comes to life.
Terrified me.
13th year?
I don't know. I stayed home alone when I was younger, and Smart House got to me.
Dang. Okay.
I don't know, because something about...
I have one. A Disney Channel movie that got to me was the one where it was about the boogie monster, the boogeyman. Like the boogeyman was coming after her, and then can I give spoilers? I have no idea what the title is.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah.
But, okay, so apparently it was like the boogeyman's coming for her, and like she has to use her brother's imaginary friend to go into this world where they have to sort of like find out where the boogie monster is, and slowly the imaginary friend of her little brother is coming. Like, he's turning into a monster as it goes. And then you find out at the end of the film that the boogie monster that they've been trying to find this whole time was her old imaginary friend that she abandoned as a child.
That's
wild.
Too deep. That's
I know,
too much.
Right? Like, but the thing was, like, the special effects for this movie were, like, they were too good.
Who
Like,
did that? Who sat in the Disney brainstorming station, you know, in like Disney... Sorry, can I not curse on this podcast? Bleep it out.
No, we cannot.
I'm so sorry.
We're going to edit it, don't worry.
Sorry.
Yeah, just like who sat there and was like, guys, I have a great idea. You know what we're going to do? This. And they were like, yes, thank you, Brian. That was wonderful. Like, ugh.
The one that creeped me out was this one. I think it's called The Other Me. This kid gets a packet of like those like sea thing. It's like those little
Sea anemones?
No, they're like the little crabs.
Oh my
you
gosh!
get.
And
Hermit
you put them in the water in the
yeah,
sink.
they grow. And
I know what you're talking about.
I
Wait.
know what you're talking about.
I forgot what they're called exactly, but they're like something that was popular in like the 90s.
Like sea monkeys?
Sea monkeys.
Yes.
Okay. It was sea monkeys, and he put too much of something in the water, and the sea monkey grew to be him. Like, but weird, and it didn't talk, so he sent it to school for him.
Us? Is that Us, the movie? I'm just saying.
Weird.
It's so weird.
Sounds like Us.
Speaking of chilling movies,
Oh.
I can't. It's too much.
Okay. But yeah, I definitely think Disney Channel movies are the resurgence of Disney Channel movies needs to be rebooted.
Yeah, a Disney Renaissance needs to happen.
Disney Channel movies Renaissance. I need that. All right.
Cheetah Girls. Just throwing it in there. We don't have to talk about it. It's just obvious.
Okay. I have a big debate for us. Okay. Big debate. Parks and Rec versus The Office. We can have a whole podcast about this, but we got to keep it to like 2 minutes. I want just everyone's first opinion. Go for it.
You go first.
Office.
Oh, The Office.
Oh my gosh, wait, now we're all The Office. Okay, I think Office as well.
Okay, there's no debate then.
Okay.
No, but can we just list all the reasons why? I mean, do we have to?
Dwight
I don't
crying
know.
in the car to Everybody Hurts. That's the only reason.
God bless. God bless.
Again, it's one of those things where I've seen all of The Office in its entirety. That was redundant, but it was important to emphasize that.
I don't know. I really
4
liked
times.
Parks and Rec, though. This was a hard decision for me. I didn't know it was going to be such an easy decision for
No,
y'all.
I liked Parks and Rec. I just wasn't as connected to the world and the characters.
Okay, I get what you mean.
And I feel like The Office, you learn to love them.
One of the hardest things about The Office, and I think is why it is so loved, is because it's more real because it has those awkward moments. Like that awkward secondhand embarrassment I would get. Sometimes I have to speed through the scenes of The Office because it's so awkward. Like I can't
we're
deal.
nodding furiously at this. Like, yes.
It's like completely like I have to like physically like do that skip thing on Netflix and be like,
yeah.
I didn't want to watch this. But I don't know. Parks and Rec does have lovability more, I think.
Yeah.
It gets easier to love the characters. It's easier to identify with the characters.
I think that's why I don't like Parks and Rec as much, actually, because the characters are too bubbly, except for Aubrey Plaza's character.
And Rob Swanson.
But yeah,
Ron
but it's just like
Ron,
I'm so sorry,
I
y'all.
love seeing the antics that the ignorant jerk that Michael Scott is. Like, I love that so much.
Michael Scott's arc in the show is so like it's so evident. Like at first time watching The Office, I'm watching it for the second time, for research. No, it's not. But just I didn't notice. Like I hated Michael in the first time I watched The Office the whole way through.
Everyone did. You're supposed to.
But like even to like when he left, like I did not recognize his arc. I was just like, he's just mean and he's a jerk to everyone.
I don't like him.
I don't like him. But like watching it now, like it's so evident to see, like especially like the last 7 episodes, how he changes whenever he's around Holly.
Yeah, I felt most that secondhand embarrassment in Michael's story. Anytime it hurt me, and maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just too emotional, too sensitive. I mean,
His
yes
FOMO.
and yes, but also I think I love Jim, I love Pam, I love all those real, characters who were in on it. They break the fourth wall, they look right at you, and they're like, this is ridiculous. But I felt the most pain for characters like Aaron or Andy or Michael. These people who there's so many people in our lives that we see like that are just, they just don't get it. They have so much good in them, and they could do so much, but there's just something about it, they just don't get it.
I think what I like about The Office is just, sorry, I lost my thought. I was going to say like something along the lines of there's so many people that we meet that just like you said, like they don't get it, or they're just like oblivious to the scenario, where you just have to like really think about it and be like, what, like this is my reality. Oh, I was going to say, I think the saddest episode of The Office was Money. It was just called Money. It's when Michael Scott had to get that second job in telemarketing.
Yeah.
I think that was the shift for me. Whenever I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, like, because you don't really know what Michael Scott is without the cameras. And that was the episode where you sort of saw him in his reality. What about you, Gabriella?
What was the question?
I was going to say, like, do you have any final thoughts of why The Office is, like, probably, like, one of the best TV shows?
I think y'all covered it,
Okay.
honestly.
That's all right. We got one final fun topic to talk about. So Halloween is coming up, and we will have a Halloween episode next week. But I wanted to talk about maybe our favorite Halloween characters in media. Now, this can range from anything from like Halloween Town or like fun stuff like that, or Hocus Pocus, or it can range from like your favorite slasher horror film. So I wanted to open up this conversation. I know for me, my favorite Halloween character that's a staple every single year, Beetlejuice.
Hey, don't do that.
Who do you think you are?
Who do I think I am? Someone who wants to see Michael Keaton right now.
For me, I have to say Scary Godmother, even though the CGI is awful.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's an old Cartoon Network movie, like
What?
special, and it's really.
Wait, I'm looking
it
this
looks
up.
so awful, but it was like this girl. She was going trick or treating. Her brother was mean to her, and she like escapes and like finds herself in Scary Godmother's house with all these weird characters, and
I know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh, I think I've seen a Nostalgia Critic episode of this. I know exactly what you're talking about. Have you?
It's such a fun movie, and
It looks super cute.
it's
The animation may be real
it's
like
off.
Cringy.
cringe, but I think I've seen this before.
It was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
No, I think that's awesome. Yes, high key here for this. What about you? Any like Halloween Town Disney Channel movies? I know you're not a big scary movie fan.
I had that mom that like in the month of October we turned our TVs off. Like there was no
No
like.
way.
I've not seen Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Whoa. Is there anything you would want to see?
Oh, yeah. Halloween movie marathon, you know?
Okay.
But I think that the one thing that I know all my friends love that I never got to see was Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
I know nothing about it. That's the ones with the three
Yes.
women. Yeah. Everyone, it's like a staple that everyone loves and likes, and I've never seen anything like Chucky.
I haven't either. Like it took me until like I want to say junior year of high school to like gain enough courage to watch Nightmare on Elm Street. And in all reality, like it's not as scary as you think. It's more funny, more like corny. But however, like it was most likely scary for like in the 80s. It was most likely horrifying in
Right.
the 80s. But
I do like campy movies, like
Of
Halloween
course.
movies that know they're Halloween movies.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't think of any like right off the top of my head. Like, you know, the cringy, like straight to DVD,
oh yeah.
that style.
I love a good cringe.
I've seen a handful of those. Just
There was
you
like
know.
the 8 films to die for Horror Fest movies. They were all like B, maybe even C movies.
Whoa.
Straight to DVD. They were really bad but really entertaining.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love a good cringe movie. Like, y'all, this is a secret, but I guess it's not gonna be a secret now. But like sometimes, if I have homework to do and I need music in the background, but I don't want to listen to music, I'll go on Amazon Prime and I'll find like direct to DVD or like adaptations of movies. If there's like a Beauty and the Beast like knockoff movie,
It's the
like
movies that show up when you type in the movie and they say titles related to.
Yes, exactly. Like it's like some sort of like Pride and Prejudice like relation to this.
But like on a farm in Nashville.
But like on a like literally like the Hallmark movies of Hallmark movies.
Yes.
And I love to just watch. I love to just like listen to it and just like often look up and just see how it is. And I love it. I just like I am so happy to like these people had the gumption to 1, make a movie, 2, make it work, and 3, put it on Amazon for my pleasure. Like that's everything, and I love it.
they
But-
matter.
But does it work, actually?
What do you mean?
Is that... Never mind.
Maybe not its intended purpose, but it serves a purpose.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
what I mean.
saying movies that know they're bad can't be.
Oh,
you
like
know,
The Room? Do you think The Room knew it was bad?
Of course.
No.
What?
The Room, as in like disaster artists.
I don't think Tommy Wiseau, I don't know.
Wiseau.
Wiseau. I don't think
Tommy
he,
was.
Well, Tommy, who
Tommy
knows?
W. I don't think he knew it was bad, but everybody else definitely knew it was
But I
bad.
love like movies that are sort of bad, or like movies that are very like campy, or like how you said they knew
Cheesy.
it. Like Tucker and Dale versus Evil is one of my all-time favorite movies. I will watch that like whenever I'm sad that's like my go-to like sad movie besides John Mulaney episodes.
Oh.
So I will
Full
literally
on,
put
yeah.
that on, and it's about like these guys that go into like these two guys that like they have like overalls. They're like the stereotypical like country dudes, and so they get mistaken by these teenagers as like the serial killers because they look a certain way, and so they're really actually like the bigger guy is like super sweet, like teddy bear status, and so it's just like a bunch of hijinks that ensues. But
Shenanigans.
But literally the country guys think that the college kids are the killers, and the college kids think that the country guys are killers.
The plot thickens.
Yes, it does. But as I'm seeing, we are going to be wrapping up right about now. I just wanted to give y'all some local news. The Renaissance Fest is coming up. It's opened on November 2nd, opening it in Hammond. It's going to be such a fun time. Please come out in your Renaissance garb. Cab Masquerade Ball is going to be happening on the 30th. From 5 to 11 o'clock. And then Holy Ghost Fall Festival is happening this weekend, the 25th, 26th, and 27th. And my name is MC Camille B. I have with me today
Jaci Ray.
And Gabriella.
Thank you so much for coming to listen, and we are happy to have you here. Come see us again. Bye-bye.